Technical difficulties. I'm working on it. The MacBook's frozen up. I'm here though. I'm still on the scouting screen, I know. Just hold that thought. Alright. Chat, please. Pretty please. Stream page, pretty please. Thinking about it. In the MacBook's defense, it is 10 years old and kind of dying, so... Be with you in a sec, chat. Just didn't want anybody freaking out and being all like, where's Cracky? It's been 10 minutes, why isn't she here yet? Ah, dear. I'm gonna come back to the computer for a minute so that I can actually see shit. Thank yous for hosts, for peeps who did hosts. Hi Bliss, hi Booking Kitties. Hi K-Big, hi Bubble. Yes, macrame cords. Cords you use for macrame. Yeah, and kangaroo meat is yummy, but if you're telling people it's one meat and then selling them something else, that's dodgy. Don't do that. Something of a taboo of eating horse. I can't say I fully understand that, to be totally honest, because, like, we farm beef for meat, well, we farm cows for beef, for meat, we farm sheep for meat, we can farm pigs for meat, like, why is horses the line, you know? Of all the animals in the world that we eat. We eat fucking snake and alligator and stuff, for fuck's sake, like. But anyway. Is that like macaroni heart? But seriously, what's macrame? It's the cord tying thing, the friendship bracelets thing that I was doing. How to get remade here, so try a bit of moose and elk is made. Oh, yummy. Tying knots into rope and make decorations like plant pot hanging holders. Yes. We'll try nearly anything once. Yeah! That's kind of how I look at things. Bison. Oh, yummy. It was fishy chicken. Oh, I know what that is. Yeah, I wouldn't try it either. After Valley Board Dark Gate. Yeah, that's kind of, you know, disgusting. I'm sure in some places it's a delicacy or whatever, but yeah. Farm bison, yeah. Also useful for more than food, they used to be the transportation. Used to be. Yes. The thing is that, like, you can use other animals as that. Perhaps not as well, but yeah. Pretty sure that animal consumption line is cultured by a slightly harder of being a pet. Yeah. Don't farm a horse for meat here, is viewed more as a companion or a part of the value. So, yeah, I think it's probably, horses are probably closer to the, like, dog and cat type, you know, useful and or pets and stuff. Not that you can't have all of the other animals as pets, but anyway, right, okay, lights on, change scenes, there we go. Oh, hello, oh, hi, it is the hand dance, it is the hand dance, it is the hand dance. How are we all doing? If it's a race horse, it's been drove stuff, so there's fairly such humans. Yeah. Not something you want to consume. But then again, like, there's the whole thing of, like, fish are eating plastic and we're eating the fish, so, you know. That's not great either. I looked it up, and the only reason basements are not that common over there is because people just don't think of it, but it is changing. I mean, yeah, because I don't know what the deal is with, like, whether or not the land is suitable for it. I just wouldn't know. You know, I've never gone digging. But, Yeah, I don't know. I think it's just like a cultural thing that they're sort of not really deemed as necessary. I don't know. Ned with the host. Thank you, mate. Okay, a completely different branch of life from plants and animals. That's a bit odd if you really think about it. Yes. Looked at the home chicken people and realised they were getting to pets and didn't realise they only lay for a couple of years and they won't be able to kill it afterwards. Then they just kind of keep it until it's dead. Like you do with all pets. I'm not eating the fish, but I might be eating a layer or two of predator above fish. Not sure how that food chain runs. Are we still talking like the water-based things, or are we talking about like, I don't know, bears or something? Like what? What's the next step up from a fish? Are we talking water-based or land-based? I'm good. Been reading for hours. One of my favorite book series released. Ooh, shiny. Like you know, a real farmer that doesn't treat it as a pet. Yeah, they don't get attached. I think that's the problem. I think it's attachment. People get attached. It's that whole thing of you shouldn't name it because you get attached. Ah, sip of beverage. My throat is dry. Okay. What am I doing today? I'm still covered in fucking glitter, even though I've vacuumed this crafting table twice now. There is glitter from the embossing powder that had glitter in. I didn't even specifically use glitter. I'd briefly thought about doing a technique today that involved glitter, and then I decided I can't be asked cleaning again, so we're going to skip that one for today. Just got my own Chef Japan transferred over to my new computer, so happy. Sweet! Better knowing that you got a pet and not thinking you're going to do a bit of farming. Yeah. But it was forever, it's like pet hair, yes. It never truly goes away. There's always, you know, years from now. One day when I win Lotto and I'm actually able to afford to move, I'll be like packing stuff. Or, well, you know, if I've won Lotto, I'll be paying somebody else to pack stuff. And they'll just be covered in it and they'll just keep finding it. It'll be like, why is there some, like, under the fridge? How did it get behind the entertainment unit that hasn't moved the entire time I've lived here because it's attached to the wall? Like, how? Just gets everywhere. It's like a plague. Making the table, you cracked out that HSB's out for once. Excuse me? I've got one of them for handheld, but with the stick ones. And it's actually pretty good. I wish the battery lasted like 5 more minutes. That would be really handy. But yeah, no, it's good. Because I can detach the main bit off of the extension stick thingy. I don't know what the words are. And I can just use it like a handheld. It's quite nice. Love fruit, goats, beans and tomatoes. They're easy and delicious. You want to go around food. If only I liked tomatoes. Deal with the host. Thank you. Much appreciated. Right. I still have the giant pile of embossing folders out. They're over there. I cleaned the ones that had ink on, so they should be okay now. I'm thinking there's a similar technique you can do to that, which is just using ink. I'm kind of wondering, like, while I've got them out, I should just do that. Otherwise, there's stuff I can do with stencils. Although I don't really have all that many stencils, this is the problem. I was going to make more stencils. But that didn't quite work out the way I wanted it to, and then I had a really bad night last night, so I ended up sleeping in again this morning, and so I didn't have as much time this morning as I wanted. So that didn't end up happening either. Okay, so this, you can see the handle just over there. It's a Sizzix Big Shot, and it's a manual die cutting machine. It's got the plates, you use the metal dies and you put that through and it cuts things. I also have the kind of die cutting machine that's like got a blade and is computerized and automatic and stuff. And it's lovely, but it's old and a bit decrepit. Like most shit I own. But, you know, still works. But it does have its limits, and I printed off some templates the other day in the hopes that I could like use those to make some stencils, and that didn't quite work. So I've got to like fiddle with that some more. Either that or I have to cut them by hand, and I'd really rather not, because that's going to be tedious and make my hand hurt, and that would not be fun. So, right, embossing folder stuff, stencil stuff. There was also a technique I saw with watercolors that I wouldn't mind giving a go, but I don't know if I've got the right dyes for it. But I could try. Oh, did I tell you guys that I tried making my own watercolor paint? I can't remember if I mentioned it or not. It was bloody weeks ago. They've taken forever to dry. Shkabam. I made paint. Or at least theoretically I made paint. I don't actually know if it works as a paint. I haven't tried them yet. Because you have to put them in the containers and then you have to let them dry. And they took a good 2 weeks to dry. So, actually it might have even been more than that. I checked them at like a week and a half and they were still drying. Ordered me some spearmint seeds to plant around the outside of my house. Ooh, good idea. And it smells nice. I can't even probably go a lot faster, and it's really like a slow moving plague. Gotta start somewhere though. Seeds is better than nothing. You could dry them faster in an oven at lower temps. I could, but I did only just get the new oven. New-ish oven. After I had all the problems with the last one, and I didn't really want to fill it with paint fumes. Although it's not even really paint fumes, it's water, gum arabic and mica powder, so probably would have been fine, but these containers are plastic, so I was just like, yeah, I had somewhere where I could put them away and forget about them, and I kind of did for however long it's been. I can't remember when I tried it. I'd have to go look up when I looked up all those YouTube tutorials, but yes. I have paints, so that is a thing I would like to try at some point. I had a lid somewhere, but I don't know where it's gone. Because these actually, this is a set of stacking containers, they go together. And there should be a lid, but I don't know what I did with it. It's probably under a... Oh no, they're there. I thought maybe Tancat might have eaten them, but no, they're here. Shiny. So that's something I'll mess with at some point. I do actually, well, actually, do I? Wait. Did I end up buying those metallic watercolors, or did I just think about it? I might have just thought about it strongly. Love spearmint and chocolate mint and pineapple mint. Pineapple mint? Whoa, did I just read that right? Pineapple mint. There was to pineapple mint. True, but I don't know if I want to get them from. Ah, fair enough. Hey Simon! How doing? I used to threaten to turn out just mint, but now it's going to be reality. They can still sell them, but odds are there are gardeners. Apparently them so more likely. Oh, I'll have it. Yeah. Oh, quirky, I rolled for Rowan and Raja. What? Why? How? I'd ask why you'd do such a thing, but it's you. How on earth did you manage that? It smells like pineapple and mint. Oh, that sounds good. I like pineapple. Especially on the barbecue. Barbecued pineapple. I don't know whether that's just like a geek family thing or an Aussie thing. Is there any other Aussies in here that can confirm or deny whether or not whenever you have a barbecue you put pineapple rings on it? Or is it just me? Right, what am I doing? Should I run a poll? Should I ask chat? Do you guys care what I do, or do you just want me to shut up and do something? Or do you want me to just keep talking and not do anything like I normally do? Haha. God, my throat's dry today. When the pineapple is almost scorched. No, you don't cook it that far. Ends up a little bit black on the edges, but not like, yeah. Found one of these in store today. I can post a link. Let me give you a permit just in case. I mean, you'd probably be fine being a subscriber, but I just want to be sure because I know the bot is sensitive. Whoopsie days. That's why I like pineapple and pizza. Yummy. Same. Set a command. If someone tries SR in her chat, it will pull the link to all in her chat, and she forgot I clicked it. Ah, snap. That's awesome. I mean, I'm sort of curious about that macrame craft. The rope stuff. Where did I put those friendship bracelets? Did I put them in with the Kimihimo or not? I put them somewhere because I know Tankat kept trying to eat them. That's Kimihimo. That's also Kimihimo. That's also Kimihimo. Okay, maybe I didn't put it in there. I'm not sure where I put them. I know I had to take them off the crafting table because of Tankat. Delightful little angel that he is. Yeah, I don't think they're here. I need a pest control that's safe for kitten than that's what's suggested. Ah, yes. I'm kind of reluctant about that too, using like spray and stuff. Like I surface spray outside, particularly in summer because that's quite bad. But yes. Oh, what's that? Oh, did you get that? Is that the set? The $39 one? Oh yeah, it is! Did you get it? Wait, did you say, is that what you said? Or were you thinking about getting it? What did you say? Found one of the, oh, you found one in store. Did you get it? Or are you just looking? Found guys the pineapple and the girl thing. Okay, so it's not just geek family, cool. Being in the craft today, otherwise whatever. Salmon Anko. Yes, that's Kmart's home brand. I'm sad my new headset got here today and my friend didn't work, so I have to go back and get a new. Ah, shit! That's annoying. Bollocks. Because you would have been so excited because it's finally there and you've been waiting all this time and then it's like, oh, sadness. Let's grab. Do I have a scrap piece of card that I can just write on real quick? I have gained another box, which is very good. I had a, for some reason I had a USB powered mini shredder. I have no idea why. I don't know it's when I got it or how I got it or whatever. But it didn't work anymore, so I'm like, well, bugger that. And I was going to put it in the bin, but I decided to keep the box. And so now I have a second box to keep cardstock and stuff in, which is quite nice. That's all of them. Where did I put... One of these days I'll organise some of this shit. And then everyone will die of the shock. At least there's an Amazon video too. Oh, good. I saw it, but wasn't sure if I wanted to get it. Not sure if I want to buy it and store it as a just-in-case option, though the current mic would stay as the one I use, so would I want to possibly waste 40 bucks? Yeah. I'm kind of curious, because there's, if you look up on the Kmart website, if you look up microphone, there's one that looks almost exactly the same. It's $25. and it just comes with a tripod rather than the with the desk-mounted boom arm and the pop filter. And I kind of wonder if it's the same mic. I didn't look at it very closely, but like if you don't need the stand and the pop filter, if that is the same microphone, that would be a little bit cheaper maybe. There's a video, I saw a video on it by, shit, who's that guy? Ah, damn it. There's an Australian guy who's got a YouTube channel and he reviews like tech stuff. And he actually reviewed it. And I'd seen it before then and I was like, oh, this could be interesting. So I watched it. And I can't remember how long the video was. Can't think how long the video was, but he got like probably a good 3/4 of the way through the video, and then he did the thing where he was like, okay, so do you guys want to hear what it sounds like? Well, as it turns out, you've been listening to it this entire time. And I'm like, holy shit, I thought he was using his good mic. Surprise. There you go. So apparently it is not at all bad. If you want, I can find you that video so you can see how it sounds. I'm thinking about getting one just for the fact that I would like a USB one for Secret Project like 4 or whatever I'm on. I've got a thing that I would like to do and it would just be really convenient if I had a USB mic. New player arrived today, but I gotta let it air out for a couple of days for thinking about using it. Can't stand the newly manufactured. Oh yeah. Yep. That kind of slightly chemically smell? Yes. One to make your throat not dry, a tiny itty bitty pinch of unscented Epsom salts in the water is really nice. Oh, I haven't got any. But that's a good thing to know for future reference. Thank you. Right, I'm going to make a thing here. Let's do purple, because I feel like purple. Yes, I know it's upside down. I'm going to turn it the other way in a minute. Oh, what was the other one? The stencil. I'll just call it paste. Anyone have any thoughts? Anybody care which one of those I pick? One of them. It makes the water seem softer and wetter. It's a bit odd and a tiny bit. Yeah, but pretty the beat. You know, I've had people say that my handwriting's nice, and I'm just like, I'm not even trying to be neat. That's like my, it's not my neatest and it's not my speediest. It's kind of halfway. I had, in primary school, I was telling this story the other day actually. In primary school, my teachers were like, you know how you go through, like when you start with pencil, and then you'll get to like some age and they'll be like, okay, you can use pen now, and like that's exciting. But they like, when you're little, they teach you printing first, and then as they go on, they teach you cursive. I had one teacher that like moved us all into cursive, and then from then on, like every teacher I had demanded we used cursive, right? Which I did right up until one teacher I had one year in primary school, and he was like, I don't give a shit whether you print or use cursive as long as it's neat. And I was just like, oh, thank fuck. Because, like, I was not bad at cursive, but I was really slow because I had to stop and think about it. And so I immediately swapped back to printing, and my writing speed just skyrocketed. Suddenly I could write quick. And it's like, you know, it's neat, it's readable, whatever. Why couldn't all of my teachers been like that? Why were they so anal about cursive? And then over the, like, 20 years between then and now, it's my writing's just evolved that like I mostly print, but then I've got some letters that just kind of end up looping together anyway. I can't understand the obsession with cursive. Like, it doesn't... In this day and age, like, fuck. Oh! For those of you... Sorry, I know this is a really massive tangent. Oh, come on, MacBook, please. Okay, we got one there. For those that use... for those that have, Epic... And for those that have never had Discord Nitro before, they've got a thing on where you can get 3 months of Nitro for free. So that's a thing you might want to look at. Stencil paste. Inked pet. That's not helpful, Kevik. Ya butt. Tend to go with what have you done the least lately? I haven't done any of these three. Specifically. Stencil paste because I don't know what it is. I had one vote for watercolor die cuts. Demanded cursive until secondary school, then wanted us to print so it was easier to read. Not with my printing, cursive for me was easier. I knew someone in high school who, when she wanted to be a bit of a shit to the teachers, she could write perfectly, like, neatly, legibly, fluently, but mirrored. She like literally you had to hold the piece of paper up to a mirror in order to read it in the mirror. You do that too? Yeah. Why was cursive a light skill taught in elementary school? I have no fucking idea. Surely at this point we should be teaching kids how to use spell check. I'm mostly joking. Spelling is still important. That's, you know. Had teachers that wanted us to turn in our binders for them to review, and they were really picky about how they wanted it organised. I went by time because to me I grouped info around what was happening at the time, heard their day. And were they okay with it? What's Nitro? It's the boosted thingy. You get server boosts. You get you can join up to 200 servers instead of 100. You can use emotes anywhere. I think you can use most emotes anywhere. So, like, you know how currently you can use, like, if a server uploads, you know, these emotes, you can use them in that Discord, and then if you're subbed somewhere, you have to be in that subscriptions Discord to be able to use them everywhere else. Well, Nitro kind of like moves all that out of the way. You can just use most things anyway. Tried to make me reorganize it by type of handout. Ew. But like. But you were doing it more like almost like a daily planner almost type deal, organizing it by time frame. I mean, shit, that's what I'd do. Particularly in high school and stuff, it'd be organized in chronological order. I don't have any Discords I am sub to. Huh. This is the notes section, this is the handout, this is the project, this is makes it easier to grade if you do it by handout type. Yeah, but if the students have got like a binder with all of their stuff in, you're not gonna like. I mean, how much are they like of each type are they handing out that the students having them in the same area would make it easier to grade? Like, if you've got 30 students and you're handing out handouts to all of them and taking all the handouts back and grading them, yeah, I get that, but if they're putting them in their own individual binders and you're looking at the whole binder, I don't know. I guess it depends. Handouts are part of the notes. Surely, like, technically anything you could count as notes. Anything you've written on. You put it in the order wanted as you go. Yeah. All interrelated segment, it makes it harder to learn. I don't like the whole, like, you know, pigeonholing kids into doing things certain ways. Like, obviously there's going to be things that you have to, like, this is the way it's done, you know. There's going to be things that are, like, linear like that, but there's oftentimes things that, you know, aren't that important, and like just let the kid do it however's best for them. This is something that I talk about pretty frequently with Mum, because she works at a primary school, and that's the thing. I only had one class that had us hand it in. See, I never had something where they like had us keep all of the stuff. Like they would just like hand out the test or the page of notes or whatever, and then the kids would do it, and then they'd all hand it back to the teacher, and they'd just have a stack of 30, you know, of the thing and mark it. So that I get. Think the future very copy my notes to hand to kids who miss class. Fair. Also mad they didn't have one motor just for their class. But it's your stuff, and you need to organise it how is best for you. Did it ever feel like any of them were just trying to power trip just for the sake of it? That's kind of how it's sounding. Okay. Anybody want to tie break this? Do I need to pick somebody that's going to tie break this for me? That one's out. Probably best because I've been doing a lot of embossing lately, so... I had 4 binders because we had 8 subjects that always pair the same way. And repeat, yeah. Again, just being freaking logical. Speaking of doing things the dumb way, writing, grading, handwritten code. I discussed my answer with the teacher because my code worked but wasn't quite what they were wanting. But if it works, who cares? Is the writing not coming up on the screen? I can't tell, I've got myself in 160p. It's blurry. Bad net. Okay, watercolor die cuts or stencil paste? Stencil cuts. Dang it, K-Big! Next story from high school, I ended up with the same history teacher as my older brother had. The teacher kept bitching at me because I always got an A on my test. He wanted me to fail one. I disappointed him. So they were complaining that you were good at the class. That's what? Another one for watercolors. Alrighty, watercolor die cuts. Thank you, deal. Right, let's put that over there. Put away the pen. I have so many pens. I take after my dad. My other brother failed that class. Oh. To teach how to learn and what you need to learn, but it's really about teaching obedience and fun. Oh shit, yeah! Absolutely 110%. It's about teaching you how to be a good little worker bee. Make you follow rules and give you anxiety about being an individual. Was there ever a watercolor vote? I remember seeing 2 stencil votes early on. Wait, there was 2 I thought somebody said stencil but with a question mark. And I saw a whole bunch of people mixing and matching the answers just to confuse me. I'm sure you wouldn't know anything about that though, would ya? Okay, so I have a nice big pad of watercolor paper, and this is the cheapo shit from Kmart. So if it all goes wrong, that might be why. But at least if it does all go wrong, it won't matter as much. Kiddo makes and sells. Well, you're half right. Also, hi Muglock. I didn't ever do my homework, so I got F's on that, but I got A's on the test, so I got C's, and I know the crap out of my teachers. You know, honestly, like, you know how you, you get that whole, you know, if you could go back to X time in your life and tell yourself something at the time, what would you tell them? So I would go back to, like, 16-year-old me, 17-year-old me, and be like, you do not have to do every single piece of homework. Just do what you can and your best, you know. Like, because I was taking in upper school, so like years 11 and 12, I was taking a lot of the advanced classes, and every single one of them felt the need that you had to have a piece of homework every night, otherwise everything you learned in class would completely fall out of your head by the next day. And so, you know, I had 6 classes worth of, you know, advanced homework and stuff, and I damn nearly drove myself fucking mental getting all that done. Well, actually, no, I did drive myself fucking mental trying to get all of that done. And it's just like, if I could go back and be like, you know what? You're getting A's in this class. Skip that one's homework for a night. You know? It's not gonna hurt anything, but I was so, like, the pressure to do well was just so high. And not just pressure I put on myself, it was also like external as well. Because I was one of those gifted students. And so the expectations were just, honestly, by the end, unrealistic. So, yeah. So yeah, if I could go back in time and be like, hey, quirky. Just skip that bit for tonight, would you? Get some sleep. It would have been far better off to do, you know, it would have been better to do like 5 out of 6 or even 4 out of 6 pieces of homework well than to try and do 6 out of 6 pieces of homework half-assed. Well, not half-assed, I was putting effort in, but like, you know, needing to get it done quickly so that I could move on to the rest of the shit I had to do. Okay, watercolour paper. I'll just trim that down to a usable size, because A3 is big. I'm just going to take quick a beverage again while I catch up on chat. Real Peter for my schools because I wanted to do things like wrestling and welding and typically masculine things, but I'm kind of go, well, I don't see why anybody cares what bits you have as to what stuff you do. Like, what? Friday tell chat shaded or true, next question stencil, actual stencil, antibody response is finally down getting to watercolor. Yep. If that won't actually help you do well, set up mentorship, nah. That's it, it was, yeah. It, I don't know how to, I don't know whether this is going to sound like spazzy, but it's basically like in a like a mental way, mental health way, I was basically crushed under the weight of expectations, because everybody was like, oh, you know, you're one of the gifted kids and you're so smart and blah blah blah, and you know, when I got to sort of year 10 or so, end of year 10, start of year 11, upper school, all that, yeah, my grades started falling. Because I had undiagnosed and untreated depression. And the worse it got, the worse it got. So, like, the depression started kicking in, and then my grades started to slip, and then people were all like, rah, why are your grades bad? And so my depression got worse, and then my grades got worse, and then people are like, why are your grades falling? And yeah, repeat. I think I was a bit fucking lucky to make it through high school, quite frankly, but yes. Gifted students, I was in a gifted study hall, and I probably would have been better off doing actual study hall instead of homework in study hall, but actually getting homework in there too. They expect that because you're gifted that you're gonna like magically know everything, basically, and so they don't. They just leave you to your own devices and spend all their time on the kids that aren't as, you know, Most of your schools around here are supposed to have a 2 hours of homework limit. What they don't tell you is that is per teacher. We did, I mean, yeah, we didn't even have that. Teachers were just like, yep, here's your hour of class, and here's 3 pages of stuff you have to do to remember what you learned in class today. Times 6 per day. Every teacher somehow thinks they are, yeah. Oh, yeah! It doesn't occur that there's them and then a whole bunch of others. Also, hi, Ivana! So, full night's out, yes. 2 hours per class for 6 hours a day, there's 12 hours of homework, yep. I'm surprised I got any sleep in high school. Don't get me wrong, I love my mum, but she could never understand that, like, because I would be at school by 7:30. In the morning, obviously. And I'd be there until like 3:30, and then I would come home and have to do all the homework that I had gotten for all 6 of those classes. Which would take me through to, 10, 11, midnight, whatever. And then, just get up again and do it. So that was my 5 weekdays, and then Saturdays I had tennis. And so didn't have to get up like super early for that, but it was still like, it's 8 o'clock or whatever that we started. And then Sundays I would sleep till lunchtime. And it was always, why are you sleeping in so much? Gee, I fucking wonder. Why could I possibly need to sleep in that much? It shouldn't take more than 2 hours, yeah, but I've got homework from 5 to 7 classes. Yes. And of course it's all due the next day, so you can't be like prioritizing what's due the next day over what's due next week. And and all those daily homeworks were on top of the weekly homework and the term homework. Because there would be a thing that they'd give you at the start of term and expect you to have done in 10 weeks' time when the term was over. It just, oh. Still keeping school because I was taking a long time for each module and I learned it in grade 7, so I'd go to the library. Nice. Best final grade with any class was like a 79.6, and it luckily ended up as a B, only somehow completely missed the whole essay revision phase, so like tank 1 of 5 papers in the class. That's still pretty damn good. Go home and sleep for a couple of hours, go out and socialise and do homework till 5 8. Yeah, I had plenty of nights like that. Sometimes you have to walk people through it because they assume stuff is like it was for that. Yes. It's not. It's in defense of Mama Quirky. It was not. It was never like a. It's like she was never like rude about it, or like it wasn't any kind of like malicious intention or whatever. She just could not understand. She'd come and try and wake me up at like 10 o'clock or whatever, and it's like, no, go away. I'm tired. How can you be tired? It's 10 o'clock. Well, yeah, but I've only had like 4 hours sleep this week, so. Let's see what die cuts I've got that are actually going to work for this. I mean, really any die cut would work because you can do like washes and stuff, but I kind of want to do. I was watching. Can't think of a name. A YouTuber that I follow. I was watching her and she was doing this technique and she was using big chunky dies. I do think it works better for that. But now I just need to find some big chunky dies. Going to take the time, I just went to my teachers. Okay, you think I'm slacking off? Let's review my schedule and contemplate how well you do on it, yeah? And because like the flip side as well is that the teachers would always be complaining that they'd have to do their like set up for all their classes, and then they'd have to go home and on their own time do the marking, and it's like, well, you're the one handing out the work. If you need less shit to grade, hand out less shit that needs grading. It's not rocket surgery. really not... Oh no. I'm not sure how well I'm going to be able to do this because I don't know. If I had more dyes that would work for this technique, but maybe not. Let's see. Term assignments are fun. In college I managed to start the final paper requiring the accumulation of a semester's worth of research like midnight. It was due about 10 AM. It was a fun night of procrastination, but managed to pull it off with a high score. Kinda wish I did click the paper to see what all I had done messed up in it. I've heard a lot of stories like that. I had there was one guy I knew at uni who would do that. He'd leave it till the night before and then just rocket through it. And that was, somehow that was fine. He always, like, he never failed. He ended up leaving uni for other reasons, but yeah, he did alright. Whereas I was like, you know, as soon as I was able to start a thing, I would start it, because the anxiety of it would drive me crackers otherwise. Well, bugger. I really thought I had more dyes than that would actually, like, lend themselves to this. They need the paperwork to prove the grades they give, and I swear there's a quota. You know, it wouldn't surprise me. Excuse me. Not procrastination, but extended processing. I mean, some people do work better under, with that. I watched a TED talk once about procrastination. That there are some people that just don't function all that well without deadlines. I just start at like 6 PM, the procrastination thing to start to midnight. That's what I always did, hence the 5 AM short nap, then off to school, timed just late enough I didn't have to hear about, like whatever, my weekend was better than yours, Becky and me went to the water slides, blah blah, yeah. That's part of the reason why I would go to school at 7:30, because there was no one there. I rode my bike in, and I'd be at school at 7:30, which is good because it gave me just shy of an hour and a half to actually like get shit done with nobody interrupting me, because there was nobody there. Handed in the paper in the hallway before class just because the teacher was there and the room was full of previous class still. I was like, I don't want to see this anymore. Get it out of my life. I'm fucking done. Need to rearrange all my friggin' sandwiches set up for embossing. That under there. Oops. Why are you... Seriously? Why are you no fit? There we go. They chase us out if we were early with no reason, like band or drummer. See, we had a lot of students that came like from far away. It's because our school had so many like specialist programs and stuff. There were kids that got in based on getting into those specialist programs, and so they were allowed to come in like out of zone or whatever. And so they, you know, some of them just had to catch whatever train, bus, whatever was available, and so, you know, they didn't begrudge kids showing up early. I think the earliest teachers were there at 7, so Teachers would look at you like you had two heads, or up to no good if you were early. Well, see, that's why I established it as a pattern early on. I was one of the good kids. And so when you show up and to be fair, like I would go to the library and sit and do homework. Like, you know, it's not like I was loitering around the school. Like I would go in, I'd put the flags up. That was one of my things I did. Because I was there so early. And consistently. I was like, I'll put the flags up. So I'd go in, go to the office, say hello to the office ladies. Talk to one of them about the football on the weekend because she was also an Eagles fan. And so we'd either be all like, yay, we won, or boo, that sucked. And then, yeah, go put the flags up. And then if I had any extracurriculars that needed dealing with, I would go do that. And then I would go to the library and do homework. So nobody was sus about me being at school early. The shit you can get away with when the teachers think you're a good student. Makes life a lot easier. Yeah, skip school to go to the city library. Other fun colleagues class I remember was an advanced math class where there was like no mention about a curve until after the final. Here's me went and tried my best to get up to 90%. Ended up with like 99%, and it ended up being 75 as an A. Ugh. I mean, still, you got an A either way, that's still good, but like, grr. It's like, you could have warned me. That doesn't feel like it's cutting. Although I am using the cutting mat, so it could be. Oh no, it did. Okay. I couldn't tell. After last week when I had it all like friggin' cracking and everything, that just felt like it was. Oh, that's right. That die is spazzy. I forgot about that. Shit. I forgot it. That's okay, I should still be able to cut it out. Some of the rest of it hasn't cut through, so that's not ideal. Those people who grade on a curve, I don't want my grade dependent on other people not being bad. Yeah, exactly. And then there was that whole, I don't know whether it's a similar thing to what you're talking about or whether it's a different like setup or whatever, but I know that with the, when we did like the end of school exams, which back then was the TE, they did it, whoops, they did a thing called scaling, because apparently they didn't know ahead of time how difficult their exam was. And so they'd go through and they'd realise that everybody had it really difficult, and so they'd like scale everybody up. Or if they went through and everybody had a really tough time, then they'd no wait, if they went through and everybody did well, they'd scale it down, and if it was too hard, they'd scale it up. And because they never like knew one way or the other. It would just be like, yep, this is the score you got. So you had no idea whether or not it was scaled up or down or left more or less alone. It just, drove me nuts. And it's like, if I did well on a test, but 90% of the other people didn't do well on the test, like, is that really a sign of the test? Or was I the only one paying attention in the class? Gizzers. It's like, I didn't need to stress over that exam that hard since this is uni and this was my exam in a week, but it was either the teacher refused to say there would be a curve, the teacher was not vocalise where the tentative curve would be. But it's just like, because like you say, the stress. That's just setting your students up to be stressing about it, and like, why? That doesn't help anybody. Yeah, so actually, something to do with school that really pisses me off. And I bet you guys go through it too. The whole having nightmares about having an exam and you haven't studied. Who goes through that? I bet you the two of you do. But I bet there's also other people. Have you ever had, like, where you've, like, gone into the final exam for the, like, year or whatever, and the teacher's like, yep, here's the exam, you can start, and you're like, oh no, I haven't studied it all year. The thing that pisses me off about those, right, because they're incredibly common. They're one of the most common kinds of nightmares in adults, I think it was something like that. So what pisses me off about that is that we've all just accepted it. You know, everybody's like, oh, well, everybody has those dreams. It's normal. It's not fucking normal. It's not. It's common. It's not normal. Shit like that is pretty much a sign of PTSD. And the fact that we as a society are collectively experiencing it tells me something's fucking wrong. It should not be okay. Like, you know, I graduated fucking 15 years ago now. Holy shit, I graduated 15 years ago. Wow. Let's just do a little bit of thing here. So yeah, and the fact that, like, I'm still having those nightmares. And everybody's just like, oh yeah, I get those too. That's not normal. Not being able to find my locker or not being able to get it open to get my books. Oh, I'd have the one about not being able to find my class. Yep. That is that class that you had on your schedule but never attended because you forgot about it. Never had that nightmare, I really did not care, I just did what I couldn't pass. Yeah. It's a sign of exactly! It's based on false assumptions, yeah. Hey Blushing! Thank you for the host, how you doing? I think I had those, it's been 20 years, and I occasionally have a nightmare about being sent back to high school even though I went to college. Actually, that's the point. I've never had a nightmare about uni. But then I wasn't really... No, that probably doesn't really count. I was only there a year and then I dropped out for reasons, so... There we go, that kind of gives it a bit of a T. I'm just trying to neaten that up a little bit. I forgot that that had that on there. Friggin' annoying. I had a lot of walk to the wrong room, everyone's staring at them. Oh, yes. I actually did that once. That's cool. Like, I actually did that once. Hey, Cypher! How you doing? Good to see your hands. Oh! Nails! I spent fucking ages on these nails and I didn't even show you guys. Hopefully the... I don't know if the... Hang on. Light! There we go. Sparkly! Holographic sparkly goodness. This is the setup I wanted to have last week and I fucked it up. How extreme is that half asleep state where your mind manages to process that one thought, giving you a revelation of something you needed to do? Oh yes. Where it's finally caught up with you. And I'm glad because I'd be able to handle it now. Waves to all present. Hi, Blushing! How you doing? There we go, got that one. Got that one. Got this one. My brain's like, I'll have to go and look up and see if there's any more die cuts I can use for this technique, and then it's like, no, no buying. I'm digging the silver and sparkly. It's holographic. That's why I put the light on so we can see all the sparkles. Sad I missed the start of stream hand dance. We can have a mid-stream hand dance. Just for you, Cypher. Aren't you special? There we go, 3 die cuts. And then... this one's gonna have the same thingo. It's got the weird tabs on. We'll try it anyway. Sleepy waves at blushing. Go to the sleep cycle. I'm hungry, but mostly restless, which seems to be my normal. Counting down my first vaccine on set. Oh, good! And then to the intake appointment for testing an 80. Ah, yes. I hope that it all goes well. In the sense that if there's something to find, I hope they find it. Get it all resolved and stuff. Ah, come on. Strong magnet is strong. There we go. You're welcome, Cypher. How are you doing today? I actually managed to attend the wrong class once. It was embarrassingly deep into the semester where I showed up to a lecture hall like an hour early because I misremembered the schedule. Oh, whoops. I'm amazed I ever remembered my schedule because, like, it would change every day. You know. Because they would rotate through, like, say, physics, for example, would be like Monday 1st, Tuesday 2nd, Wednesday 3rd, Thursday 4th, Friday 5th. And so then the next one would be like, say, chemistry, which would be Monday 2nd, Tuesday 3rd. Like, it is, you know. But not necessarily, like, neatly like that. Sometimes it'd be a bit all over the place. And so it's like, if I didn't remember what day of the week it was. I mean, this stuff that's really commonly carry more of it all at once. You'd think that'd be the more efficient way of doing things. But if they do it all separately, they can charge more. Oop. I don't think most of college teachers were reminded around of showing up for their class, or a couple that probably would have. Yeah, I knew someone who did that. He was doing, first time around he was doing chemistry with us. Just like general, whoops. The, general one. And, but he had other stuff that, like, took his fancy, so he just found out when those classes were and just went to them. Because it's not like they ever, like, took attendance or whatever. The one class that did, he was like, oh crap, sorry, I just, you know, didn't realise I was in the wrong class. But I think the teacher ended up, or the lecturer, sorry, ended up letting him stay anyway. I mean, when you think about it, like, either way, they're going to be doing the lecture, so... It's not like an extra kid being in there is going to be the end of the world. I shouldn't say kid, I mean universities, adults, but anyway. Students. Some of this didn't cut all the way through. That's Second back to classroom expectations, there was one physics class where I had like the high score and all the exams, but wound up with the lowest participation score, like those who wouldn't even show up to class just because I mainly learned through homework, not lecture. They graded you down for that? What the fuck? This is why it's good to have a schedule for. Hi, OG! Yeah, I did that for the first like couple of weeks until I memorized it, but then I was always worried that I would like have memorized it wrong. La boop! Hi, Co-op! How you doing? Boop for your schnoodle. Exclamation mark, now so thanks, Salmon. I still forgot to put that in the title, didn't I? I'm schmurt. And that's, there we go. Because I have that aliased to do the thing. Hang up. I see you don't get to be a jerk, you don't get credit, so whatever, unless there's no seats. Yeah. Let's get a human suit for head with the squeeze step. I've got squee on my noggin. Hi, Sage! Everyone needs to be a well-behaved extrovert. Yes. That was another thing as well, like I didn't realize I had social anxiety, I didn't realize that's what it was, but I was most definitely introverted, but there was the whole, oh, you're just shy. Because I guess back in the mid-noughties we didn't know what introversion was. And so it's like, or social anxiety for that matter. So it's just like, oh, you just gotta get out there, you just gotta, you know. And I'd get shoved into social situations that I was just not comfortable in. And it's just like, oh, you're just shy. You just gotta experience it and then you'll get over it and then you'll be fine. Get fucked. I'm sure the experience of trying to force me out of my social anxiety just ended up causing me more social anxiety. So well done. O2? 92. 92 is still going well. Yay! Let's see if I can get any sleep. Maybe I'm kind of nervous. You'll be fine, Opal! It's all gonna be good. Have good sleep, sis! Boops the entire chat's snoodle! I boop your schnoodle. Half-focused string lecture, killing some time on my phone between times I need to jot down the notes, even though it's probably one of the more active students when it came to interactive questions. And they marked you down for that. Fuck's sake. Hey Travis! How doing? Police teacher didn't mind that I would draw and paint in class because I was participating well on tests, so it was fair enough. He didn't notice me much after class. See, this is the thing. Like, some people focus better when they keep their hands busy. And this is the thing. They're not necessarily distracted from whatever you're teaching them. You know. They're still listening. It's just that their hands are doing, you know, something to keep that part of their brain occupied. Now, if the student is like not doing well and using the, you know, the writing or the art or whatever they're doing to like get out of paying attention, that's not good. Don't do that. But yeah, a lot of the time it's not an either or. Conventionally, the ranches Osage provide a steady ranch rest on. Yay! So comfy. There we go. It's free! These dyes are such a pain in the ass. It didn't. I went back and checked the listing after I received them and I'm like, wait, this is not what they look like on the thing. I went back and checked the listing and no, it wasn't what they looked like on the listing, so not my fault. teacher was extremely annoyed I doodled, another one sent me over to learn how to tutor other students. Mostly favourable, just one or two that didn't like it. Yeah. Too many teachers who are all like, you must be staring at the whiteboard at all times. That's the only way you can prove that you're listening. It's like, I don't need my eyeballs to hear. He says also you separate out some of the border. They're designed, I think they're designed to like, there's tabs, and they're designed to like fold out or whatever. Not fully sure what they're intended to be, just regularly. But because there's like, you can see that, I don't know if you guys can see, but you can see here, like the outside edges are cut lines, and then these ones here are score lines. So they impress a little bit but not cut through. So I think they're intended to be some kind of tab or something to like prop them up. Oh, actually, you know what that might be? Hang on a second. Scrap bit of paper. That scrap bit of paper's gonna be too big. Actually, if I got a spare like card that I don't care too much about. Yep, there we go. I think you would put it. I'm just trying to think where it would go though. Maybe not. Because they're not all in a line. I'd thought perhaps that maybe they went... Like, you know how you've got like pop-up cards? I'd thought maybe that that might go... Like this line might go there. And it ends up like sitting up or whatever. But I can't quite picture how that would work either. And then that one would be like wrong anyways. Kinda tempted to just try it anyways and see how it comes out. Yeah, fuck it. Why not? I don't know if that's on the right line or not, whether or not it needs to be on that line or the other one. Let's just see what it does. Oh, hang on. Stencils, there we go. Normal size male from my age, wear 2XL shirts to have them comfortable. I did a fun thing yesterday, went in a big and tall and bought 3 9XLs. That exists. Wasn't it Rita that did your... no, it was Silent Lilac. Ivory! Hello! How you doing, Tiny Doggin? How you doing? Is that self-cut from a die and not the actual materials shipped in some professional packaging? Not sure I follow you, K-Big. It's professional packaging. Reflex the angry octopus. Why is there an angry octopus? Head to bed, have a great stream. No worries, Cypher, have good sleeps. Thank yous for coming and hanging about. That actually cut really nicely. Like all of the bits are on the mat still. It'd be yeah, I reckon. Best reaction ever, 9XL, that exists? I mean, I do, there's like big sizes of stuff, but like, I've never seen one. Is numbing tiny cheeseburgers. Yummo. Where's my tiny cheeseburgers? I want. So like if we kind of fold that on that line, if I can, Kind of gently and carefully. There we go. Alright, and then that'd be out, that'd be in. Oh yeah, it's kind of coming together how I pictured it in my head. There, and then take that one back there where it's actually meant to be, because it's a tall letter. Oh, hang on. Totes thought those foam things were some patterns you bought from a store and not something you rolled out live. Oh no, yeah, no, I do that. All of these things, these pieces. Yeah, no, I cut these out myself. I've got a giganto box full of these things. The dies. I don't know, they were singing and it said Angry Octopus Unplugged. Oh! I say it's a cute octopus. Chips on cracky, can't promise they still hot though. So wait, what am I being? What? Hi Avery, hi Coop. Just watched a guy who had this as a sing-off music. I said, ah. Head pictures, woo! I would ask if you're drunk, Avery, but I know you and this is normal, so... So kind of somehow something, I don't know, like that? I don't know. I feel like maybe it shouldn't have been on that fold. But like, do you sort of see where I get where I'm going with it? It's meant to be like foldy out like that. I think maybe this line needs to be cut this far from that crease. Because then that would be the right spacing, wouldn't it? Yeah, let's try that again. Just to see if that is what the idea was. Blah. About 2 centimeters. Smidge over, but I don't care. If I was doing this like properly, obviously I wouldn't put marks on the card, but this is just for, it's for science. That would go about there. Still have no idea whether or not this is how it was like intended. Because like I said, I went back to the listing and I looked it up after I received it. And all it had was that. It just showed that. The one that I bought it from. So like, it didn't really like show the whole like funkiness that's got going on. Besides, I have to go to sleep, got to be another day at work, have an awesome time with everyone. Bye, Bookend Kitties! Thank you so much for coming and hanging about. I appreciate it. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. There we go. Almost got it entirely on the line too. Woohoo. How's the quirky anywho? Not bad. Kinda hungry. Cold. The back of my brain is kind of stewing on some secret projects and whether or not I'm actually going to do them. Which I'm trying not to think about because it's stressing me out. Most of the morning was an absolute clusterfuck, so yep. Glad I managed to get here so that I could hang out with you guys. Which is much better than stressing, I tell you what. It's hard to see the score line, it's not very deep. Obviously I'd do the crease in the card like after, if I was really wanting to try and do this properly. This is just a pre-made one that I had. Hi working kitties, bye! So I have to get us some pizza. Oh, I wish. Still working on my diet. I would give a kidney for a pizza. There we go. I think that's more, I mean obviously without that crease there, but that's from where I creased the card originally, but like I think that's more what it's got intended going on, right? And you would like have that maybe inside of a card. Actually, can I fold that down? Probably wouldn't fold down quite right. Oh no, maybe, hang on. Maybe I just need to crease them better. There we go, okay. Hey, there we go. We worked something out! There we go, and then it folds up into that. Huzzah! They couldn't get any other way. Got there eventually. How's the non-secret plank coming along? It has evolved from a plank into a board, and it's going to be some kind of wall hanging type arrangement because it's just not going to work as a plank. So now it's a board, and it's quite a large board, and it's over there. And I was going to take it to Mum and Dad's day before yesterday because they've got a really nice big table that's flat and comfortable to sit at and not covered in craft crap. And I was going to sit there and do that, and then I didn't end up going because my whole family's crook, so... Oh, how is Tabistis? They still doing alright? I think so. Tan Cat's under the table over there, I'm pretty sure, and Black Cat's in the other room on the bed. Hopefully he hasn't thrown up on it. Half a slight sweet can be okay though, it's up to you. It's, yeah. It's what my... I've been dieting now for 4 months. And what my spreadsheet has taught me is that snacks are the enemy. I don't do snacks anymore. Quite a lot of foods that I don't eat anymore, actually. They are just so bad. I forget to eat, so I'm not really on task about good eating habits. Person responsible for like 100 of the names on the board? Nuh-uh. Nuh-uh! Absolutely wasn't you! It was all Nonny Mouse. Yeah. That's what it was. Okay, die cuts have. I need to go get my watercolor paints out. Because I didn't get them out beforehand. Because I didn't know what I was doing. I still don't. So many head pats for the biscuits. What are head pats? Snacks are nice but they really don't help. Yeah. Basically I'm at the point now where I'll eat 1 boiled egg, 1 apple, and 1 meal. In a day. And no, I don't particularly want feedback on that arrangement. I should probably do this week self-sealed. No worries, K-Big. Have good sleep, sirs. Thank you for coming and hanging about. Go get your rest. The annoying but kind of cool thing about gaining and then losing weight is that afterward your body is more efficient, even when maintaining. Oh, I hope so. I hate the thought of like going through all of this and getting to the weight that I want to be and then just being like hungry all of the time like I am now and just going back to eating and ending up fat again. That's about the same as I've done before for diets, yeah. What would have been 2,000 calories before, 1,600, 800 family afterwards, yeah. I'm not going to give numbers because like I said, I don't want feedback. I think you, because I just wake up. Well then, be awakes! I don't know. Don't be awakes! Wait. Be half awake! Okay, now I'm just confused. Where's my roll of... There it is. I'm just going to use a little bit of baking paper. Because this is cheap shit that I'm trying to get rid of and I don't use it for cooking, so... I have no idea how well this is going to work. If it all goes to shit, then maybe I could do some glitter die cuts with my pens. That could be interesting. Ah! I'm just making a mess. Me! The more the better. I mean, we were just talking about dieting. Less is better. Generally. Aww. Black cat's on the bed. And he's all sleeping. And he's being cute. As they often do when they're sleeping. There we go. Watercolor box kit. I did get some metallic watercolors, I couldn't remember. Maybe I could give those a go too. Okay, I got those, I got the pens, which are rubbish, I got the pencils, which are also rubbish. Although I think in the case of the pencils, that's my fault. Cute beastie, he is. He's adorbs. I'm glad he's feeling better. There's one curled up next to me. I take Pete bit getting up for cam now. We make her. Ah, that's why you gotta keep it on you at all times, Ivory. Gosh dang. You had one job. My experience is that snacks can be alright, but carbs can be an issue. Plus, carbs tend to just make you hungry for more carbs all over again. Yeah. I just can't seem to, like, if I have a snack, I just can't seem to keep under the number of kilojoules I need in a day to lose weight. But that's, you know, I've been at it for 4 months, I've been keeping a spreadsheet, and I literally have data to back me up, so... Yeah, anyway. But it's so heavy and big. Still talking about your camera, Ivory? What says hi, little speck? Which is something he's never said. Oh my god. Oh, we both went there, we both went there. Of course we did. Can we use this enemy? There should be online things that can do that. I think. Audio extractors and stuff. Okay. Tray. Water. Don't have water. Going to need water. Not currently looking at chat, so you lot be good over there. And you know what? While I'm up, paper towel. Or two. Knock something off the table. Get down, Bliffelspec! Jeez. You naughty. I have a lot of paintbrushes for someone who does not do much painting. It's like every time I go to Bunnings, I'm just like, oh yeah, I should grab a paintbrush. I've probably got fucking... Wait, this is my... Hang on. There we go. Every time I go to Bunnings, I just grab one because it's like, oh yeah, I'm sure I don't have that size at home. Need a little one. That's probably... it's either going to be that one or that one. Don't know whether I'm going to use one with a point or with a flat. If we happen to have any like arty people who are like, what paintbrushes are you using? Don't even bother, I don't fucking know. Sorry. I took one art class at school and I sucked at it, so... Whoops. Okay. So I have my... Whoops. I have this, which is my metallic set. Which I'm kind of hoping to use those on the second layer. These are my... Oops. Swatches. They're very pretty. So I think I'm going to have to do something in pink, light blue, light green, and maybe the gold, maybe? Something that would complement the gold? I don't know. Like I said, I don't know what I'm doing. It's funsies. That's quick out. Get down, Dale! You're not a cat, you're a meat popsicle. So then we have paints, watercolor paints. And what I'm going to do here, actually I'm going to grab multiple of those trays because I have shitloads of them. I'm going to grab... Now I'm really not good at watercolor, so hopefully this doesn't all go to shit. Let's grab... I'm just looking at my colour sheet thingy here. A little bit of that green. Put that in there. Because I really want to water it down. I want it to be quite light. I've got no idea how well this paper holds up. So hopefully... And you don't have to use watercolor paints for this, you could use markers. In fact, I'll probably try that at some point. I might do... Oops. Do that way. Just to save me mixing up too much paint. I was going to try a bunch of different colours, but if I've already got it there mixed and I know the consistency's alright, then let's just go with it. And hopefully being quite like watery and this being watercolor paper and everything else, it won't take too long to dry. We'll see. Use markers? What? Is the audio snagged? Already? Holy shit. Guess I went to Bunnings that fast. I love Bunnings. Bunnings is great. Shiny things to go with my insomnias. Hi, Zazect! How you doing? Checked earlier, but you didn't go live before I tried to sleep the first time. Ah, sorry! I don't go live as early on this channel as I do on the other one. And so, besides being full of insomnia, how are you doing? Mostly animate corpse, hoping to correct that soon. Hopefully the corpse bit and not the animate bit. How about not being a corpse? Because that's not ideal. I know, still trying to catch the occasional curates. Aww. I appreciate that. I have to say, I understand that, you know, because I don't go live as early, not everybody can catch me. I'm going to tell you that everything is awesome source. I fixed technical stuff. I made me new alarm sound. Oh my god. Is that what you're using that for? Oh shit. This might be a little bit too light. I might need a little bit more. Oh no, it'll be alright. It is only going to end up being a border. Nope, not trying to correct the animate because sleep I'm a guest. Violating a skeleton wearing a meat suit. Fair enough. And that ended up being nearly almost the perfect amount of paint. Nice. I don't like waste. I was kind of worried about this paper because it's so thin. Like for a watercolor paper it's really thin, but it's going alright so far. Although I'm not really using a lot of paint on it, so... yay, we do! Every has a tic-tac wub. See? So much wubs. All them chat wubs. Let's go with... I mean, I feel like I should go with the red. Oh, actually no, I'll go with that pink. I did say I was going to do a pink, wasn't I? Oh, I shouldn't have put that in there. I had the blue in. That's okay. It's just going to go very slightly purpley, maybe. Although there was fuck all blue left, so that's fine. A little bit more. I'm not seeing much in the way of curling, so it looks like you're set with the paper. Yes! Yeah, it's not... There's a little bit on the little edges, but... pretty good, really. I've had that happen before with the, with that other watercolor paper I have, although I did put tons of water and paint on that. So... wasn't that surprising. But yeah, this one's actually not doing too bad. I don't know how it would go with like multiple layers or whatever. Or if I had paint that was like wetter than this. Hang on, what is this? Duggan already had the desktop recording set up because was copying a bit of it around the other day, so it was quick. I mean, you could have just told me you were an audio ninja and I'd have believed you. There soon. Let's go up. What's soon? Yeah, beetroot juice. A little bit, yeah. It's a bit purplier than that in real life. That sounds so bad now that I've learned Aussie slang. Actually, if I do chuck a bit of that blue in that pink, I should get something purpley. Let's do that. Sorta, kinda. More of a kind of a berry sort of a colour. That can still work. Not even being particularly fancy about it, just sloshing it on. Because in theory most of it's going to end up covered up anyway, so it doesn't matter. Don't forget the turtle. There we go. Cool. Your nails are sparkly today. We approve. There is. Actually, I'll show them better with my camera light. There we go. Holographic. It's a black base, except for that one. Obviously, it's a silver base, and then holographic top coat. I wanted this last week and I buggered it up, which is why I ended up with the Eagles colours. Has more chicken parm. I hate you, Travis. God damn it. Just slosh it. Yes, I'm using the technical terms. I'm sure all the watercolor painting peeps just can be all like, yep, that's how we call it. Quit the gooding as soon as it's pre-roll ad finished. Oh, I'm sorry, there's ads. I don't mean for there to be ads. Not in my control. Annoyingly. I don't mind the ads. Well, I mean, I appreciate that. But like still, ads do suck. Vast majority of the time, ads just suck. Okay, I'm gonna have a quick break. That'll hopefully give these a minute to dry a little bit more. Plus I need to stand up and stretch. So I'm gonna do that. And then when I come back, layer 2. Hopefully this works. I literally saw it on a video, I think it was yesterday. And I was intrigued, so I was like, oh, I want to try that. Chicken fried chicken? Is that chicken that's been fried in more chicken? Is it a chicken then? What's going on? I like mashed potatoes with gravy. I hate all of you. Really forgot when I haven't channel until they're over. Fair enough. I'm the same. I'll wait for the ad to finish playing and then I'll say hi, because it's like, I don't want it to be like, you know, hi person, and the person's replied and asked how I am and all that kind of thing, and I didn't hear them because it was still on the ad. That sucks. Okay. Gonna have a break. Shall returns. Leboops. Oh, hi. I have returned. I have not caught up on chat. Where did I go to? There we go. Right. Chicken breast that's been breaded like a chicken fried stick. Huh. Chicken fried is a term particular type of batter seasoning on a flattened piece of chicken breast sauce used on steak that's been very well tenderized. Oh, okay. Served with white gravy seasoned with black pepper. Oh, yummy. Not searching for anything anymore. Stupid fucking fuzzy logic and trying to guess what I mean when I just said it. Yeah, I've put in the terms that I am looking for. Look for those terms, please. Put everything close for notes to mean the words I'm using it. So I'm just like, yeah. And like website searches as well is also a thing. Like there's one site that I go on if I need to look up stuff, and I'll put in I'm just trying to think of a example. I was searching once for acrylic blocks. So like just just those regular pieces of like thick acrylic that you use to put a stamp on so that you can stamp it. I wanted a set of those because I didn't actually have a set of those at the time, and so I looked it up, and it looked up everything with the word acrylic and everything with the word block in it. And even when I put, quotation marks acrylic block, quotation mark, it didn't change on that website. That website's search is shit. Rather than not, I'm trying to find a thing I read 3 years ago. Foolishly using the keywords in the actual page. What I have to do is recreate the search I used when I first found it, even though the search was something vaguely related. You could take a direct line out of the thing that you read and put that in. It still wouldn't bring the damn thing up. Options for a no need red with search. No need red 13 cups flour. Nope. Oh, Greg, you looked over the chat. Fuck you, Samwin. Fuck you with a moist spork. No, that makes sense. Actually, no need red, and then scrolling through the results. Yep. That's yes. It's frustrating. I need to turn my lights up. I know the lighting's not bad for you guys, but I feel like I can't see. Gotta search what is one would search find it. Stamping block clear because being specific is no. Yes. Because it's friggin' yeah. If you look up the specific thing, it won't do it. Which is bollocks. Alright, I'm gonna go back to the clean that off there. Actually, you know what I might just do? I'll just do, because I'm not going to need this paper anymore. Because hopefully the next bit is not going to be quite as messy as this bit was. So what I'll do is I'll just go like that. There we go. Still protect the surface, but I don't have to worry about all of that wet bit. My spork is always moist. I mean, what? Did get a little bit of curling on that one, but that's fine. This is literally, it's a, what is that paper pad? It's the Kmart brand. It's called a watercolor artist pad. It's got 24 sheets. They're 180 GSM. It's an A3. I know that's going to be upside down for you guys, but that's what it looks like. And it was, I think, $5, which for watercolor paper is sweet fuck all. So, my, I think I need to readjust the headband on my headset because it feels very loose. So yeah, my expectations for this paper were not at all high. But what I kind of figured was, because I do have a pad of more expensive like brand name stuff that's heavier and you know, better manufactured and all that kind of thing. So basically my theory was that I could like try out things on the cheap stuff. And if it works, hooray, and if it doesn't, I haven't lost much. So I literally used half a sheet So, what's that? 5, that's like, hang on. Let's just say it's 25 sheets for the sake of easy maths. So that's what, 20 cents a sheet. So I've used 10 cents worth of paper to like test if this is going to work. If I was really determined to be all like fancy and use the brand name stuff, then I could go do that. Now that I know it kind of works. Or at least hopefully will work. You know what I should do? I should try a couple of them with these professional metallic paints, and then I should try mine. Just to see whether or not mine turned out shit or not. $5, 1 or 2 sheets of it. Yeah, exactly right. Like this other pad that I've got. It is. Where is it? It's Reeves watercolor paper. It's A3. It's 12 sheets, so half as many sheets. It's 300 GSM, so it is heavier. It's quite a chunk heavier. And from Officeworks, this is something like $30? $35? Something like that. I actually have 2 of that pad because I was at another shop and they had them on special for like 20, and I'm like, oh fuck yeah. Because I knew that compared to the other place at full price, that was a good deal, so I'm like, yep, yoink. Okay, I'm gonna try, let's try the little one. Now, do I want to use a pointy brush or a flat brush? I'm thinking actually flat brush might be better. Like I said, I very rarely paint, and so me knowing like what the best brush to use or how the best to do the painting and stuff, I've got no idea. By the seat of my pants. I'm just trying something and seeing if it works. You know what I should have done? I should have done some of that paint on a scrap, on one of the scraps of the watercolor paper I had, just to see how it would look. But that would be organised, and I didn't do that, so oh well. As we doing here. Oh, more people talking about food, yay. No, it's fine. If you guys want to talk about food, that's fine. Okay, let's start here, I guess. Now, this might not show up as much as I kind of intended to. And I'm already slightly regretting using the flat brush. I feel like maybe I should be using the pointed one. That is not showing up all that well. The colours are a little bit too close to each other. But that's okay. I are learnings. Which is like what 90% of this channel is about. Me learning shit. Trying things. Doing it for science. This is basically what we're gonna kind of end up with. It's just we're gonna have the paint on kind of a, like, we've got this light wash on the background, and then we've got some kind of like metallic, or even just like, I could have gone in with the same color but darker, like more heavily pigmented. And just kind of, we're going to leave a border of the background. I'm going to swap brushes because I think that's... I feel like I'm not being like accurate enough. Not that I'm necessarily going to be any better with a pointed brush, but... should have grabbed a pipette, because that would be a good way to get the water into the pan, but wasn't that organized. Never am. too much paint on the... Yeah, that went wider than I intended it to, but... For someone who's got no fucking idea what she's doing, it's not turning out totally shit, so that's a bonus. Should I bring that all the way? Yeah, let's just join those up. I was going to leave a gap, but I think it looks weird. Looks like it's glowing. Yeah. Depending on the angle, yeah. Because it's a metallic paint. But I had hoped that there might be a little bit more contrast between the two colours. So it's not particularly... I mean, yeah, it does depend on the angle though. Like, obviously it's a different angle for you guys, but like, here it's very bright and then there it's very dark from my angle. So it kind of works. Sort of a bit. Learning! Hey Rev! How you doing? Tends to potatoes. Where are the potatoes? Bring me a potato, I will eat it whole and raw. This is definitely easier with the pointy brush. It's got quite a fine point on it, so I can kind of like get it to where I want it to be. You know, I should add those little bits there. I wasn't going to, but I think it looks odd without them. That's a bit better. I do have there. Loves the farming in DST. Oh! Ivory's playing DST! What? It's so much, the farming's so much better than it used to be. That whole, like, having that big patch and only being able to grow one thing in it. It's not efficient. But now you can fit tons of vegetables into a patch. Although if you do too many it makes them unhappy or whatever, but fuck them, they're vegetables. Passes the potatoes! I don't know how Pass comes up with their puns and stuff with the name thing, but oh, it's delightful. I don't think they've ever repeated one twice. Although, let's be fair, with my memory, if they had, I wouldn't know, but... That really is a delightful thing to have in the chat. To have somebody do. DSC Farmer thing is interesting? Yeah. Licks the salmon. I wouldn't, you don't know where he's been. Actually, no, we do know where he's been. Tasmania. Don't lick him. What game is this DSC? Don't Starve Together. There's the Don't Starve, which is the single player, and then Don't Starve Together, which is the multiplayer, but you can play DST on your own. Which a lot of people seem to do, because I think it's part of the reason is because the mods are better for DST. I'm a plant boy, but I do plant things. Like literally? Are you playing as, who's that? Wormwood? Have to see and the giant six-pack. Yes! It is a really fun little game. I hadn't played it before I played it with Samwin and Oz and Ollie. And I tell you what, it's incredibly intimidating to be someone who hasn't played the game with someone who has like extensive knowledge of the game. Because you're afraid everything you ask is a dumb question. But those guys are fun and they're cool people, and I'm very glad that I joined them. But yeah, I did go off and like play the game by myself, so I didn't feel like quite such a dumbass. Kind of, sort of, something like that. Hopefully the shimmer is coming through. Wormwood, that's the one. It's very challenging. I have complicated opinions about tutorials, but like, I do kind of feel like that game could maybe benefit from a little something. You get chucked in the deep end, you just gotta start harvesting shit, and then you've gotta work out the items you need for yourself, like... Can you imagine not ever working out what a flinginator is? You know. You get to summer and all your shit starts burning and you think you've got to spend all summer putting it out. I still don't... I don't think I've ever actually made the hat one, the magic one. That's usually a an Ollie thing. Because she's smart. Well, the tiny granny fans, happy birthday! I was gonna look, I raised Rev. I don't know half the things that can survive, so yay! I mean, that's kind of the point of it, isn't it? Not starving. Okay, I'm gonna try the other hello. And I'm gonna try it with... Should I do pink or purple? I do pink actually, it's kind of brighter. Maybe this one will be a little bit easier for me because I can actually see the paint. You need it is a pumpkin trebuchet. It's an ice trebuchet. But yes. It stops your shit from being on fire all summer. So, you know, we like it. Oh yes, that's much easier to see. No, I don't want it that thick. Wish I had have done this one first. With the higher contrast colours and everything, because that other one was hard. Just because I couldn't really see it. Like, I don't know how well it came across for you guys, but I could barely see the colour. What's your favourite season? In game, autumn. In real life, winter. Although the in-game answer would probably change depending on what character I'm playing. At the moment, because I was trying to like branch out a bit from, because I would always play Winona. I quite like Winona. I like the catapults and the spotlight. That's kind of handy as well. And so I was trying to like branch out from playing that every single time, and so I was playing the Wigfried, the Viking warrior chick, and she can only eat meat. So kind of spring in that case, only if I had a lot of traps set up. Because then frog rain. Yeah, I can see it in the first one, the sparkle came through. Oh, okay, good. It must have been an angle thing, because like, where I was looking at it, it wasn't shiny, and so I couldn't really see it. Which made it a bit tricky to like tell whether or not I'd gotten it where I wanted it. This one is quite a bit easier, thankfully. Because I can actually see the paint. Handy that. Although I don't know if I've got like too much water in the pan or whether it's just I didn't let this one dry enough, but it doesn't feel like I'm controlling it quite as well. And cat's awake. And breaking shit. Oi! He thinks because he's around the corner that I can't see him, but I can totally see him. I might link those two together on this one. I didn't on the other one, but that's right. I feel like the other one came out better. Hang on. Mine has been trimmed both. A bit more challenging, yeah. I still don't understand how her whole singing thing is meant to work. Second attempt, sleep, have fun. Bye, Zoe! Have good sleeps! Love Wormer, but not the easiest to learn because can't heal the FUDs. Yeah, Salmon, make it weird. Good on you. Although it is you, I don't expect anything less. Here's my... Although with these bigger ones I might need it. We'll see. Okay, let's try. So I've done one green and one of these, no, the pink one. And then I did the purpley. Let's try... maybe a gold? Or maybe I could try the purple on this one. The colour I just did on that one was this. And I'm trying to decide between using this purple or maybe like one of these. Just for something really like drastically different. Or I could try one of mine. Did I do a purple? Surely I would have done a purple. Yes, I did. Let's see how mine goes. Actually, let's not do it on this intricate one. We'll do it on this. I have no idea whether or not this is going to work. Whether or not these are going to be any good. Oh, it's reactivating. Oh, it's reactivating. Oh, yes. This one's going to be thick. This might even be too dark for this, really, but... that's nice. Oh my god. I did a thing. And it's not totally shit. I had no idea whether or not these were going to work. They might still not work. It could be that they dry and then just fall off the paper. I mean, it shouldn't, but... oh wow, that dried really quick. In the little container there, I mean. I need a... where did I put those pipettes? Actually, while I'm standing up, let's yell at Tanket. Get down! Mr. Chirpy. Oh yes, you come over and purr at me. He's sucking up to me now because he knows he's in trouble. Right, where's my... aha, there they are. I ordered a pack of 5mm pipettes off of eBay a little bit back. And in between the time that they sold them and by the time they got to me, they changed the title of the listing and said that they weren't 5mm pipettes, they were 0.5mm pipettes. And it's not just me being a derp and reading it wrong, I literally have the screenshot of the email that says that they're 5mm. The pictures in the listing said that it's 5mm, and yet they've sent me these stupid little tiny ones. And I'm like, that's not what was in the listing. And they're like, oh yeah, that's totally what the title says. And I'm like, excuse me, I've got screenshots of my email where it says it's a 5mm pipette. I need to measure shit out 5mm at a time. Oh no, that's what the listing title says. It says it's 0.5. I did get my money back, thankfully, but I'm just like, for fuck's sake, like... need to find games I'm actually good at and streaming them on Not Shit Sunday. Wait, you're gonna start streaming on Sundays? I should try Warthog and Wet, but of the rest of them, Wood is my favourite and Wendy is close second. You know, I've never played Wendy. And I think a big part of that is because there's like 2 other people in the group that usually play her. And we don't need that many. Abigail's handy, but she's annoying as fuck. Wartox is fun though. I've played him, not in the group, but just by myself. The soul hopping is fun. Ivory, you should play Wartox and do the soul hopping. It's like when you do your key hopping to type, but more accurate. Or if you're panicking and you soul hop by accident, then less accurate, but still. Goodness me, that's shiny. You want I should do something about the others in group. Fucking what? Would you like to try those words again in an order that makes sense? A bit close to the edge there, but that's alright. I think the problem with that other one, that pink one I was doing, is that I had too much paint or too much water or something. So I'm trying to only take a little bit at a time and not like flood it. So gathering moved away. Oh, fair enough. Hello. If you want to play as Wendy, I'll have to have a lot. Oh God, no, no, no. That's see, you're not thinking ahead, Salmon. Who the fuck is going to carry us through the game if they're dead? See, you gotta think ahead to these things, Salmon. Cat's still over there breaking shit. God damn it. I'm a little bit impressed slash proud at how this paint's come out. Because like I said, I made this paint myself. I got mica powder, I got gum arabic, and I got water. And I'd ground them together. There's a word for that, but I can't remember what it is. And poured them into the little pots. And then left them for like, for 2 weeks. And this is my first time using them, so it could... Hi. What? I've got a tank cat here and he's being very purry. Makes me wonder what he wants or what he's done. Although, this bit's a lot shinier than that bit. I think I might have picked up more paint on this side. Meowdy-doo-doo-doo. He's being a shit. As I say to Mama Quirky, it's lucky he's cute, otherwise he'd be out on his ear. Not really, because I could never bring myself to do that, but... He's currently over there breaking shit, and I'm tempted. Not really, but... There we go. And also even that up a bit. Uh-oh, now Black Cat's awake. Double trouble. I should have where to the cat boss. I'm not sure that comment needs to be in there. It's a cat boss, yes, indeed. Shiny. That went so well, I'm going to try it again. Let's try... What other colours have I got? Somehow I ended up with 2 shades of blue. I don't quite remember. Oh, they are very different shades of blue. I think we'll try that one. For that. And should I try a gold, or is that too much? I think that's going to be too much. If the brightness of this gold is anything like the brightness of that purple, it's definitely going to be way too much. So I think we'll try that pink. We've got that green for that one over there. Cool. Actually, do I want to do any more with the... Actually, no. I'm going to take that back. I do want to try that purple. So I'll take that one off there. This one's a little bit more, not multicolored, but like there's a purple tint and a bluey tint, which is quite nice. I think with this one, because there's a few spots that the letters are like finer, I'll probably leave little gaps, which is fine. That's actually how it showed up in the video that I watched. I heard that. Oh great, now they're fighting. Already this has gone fuzzy, kind of like that other pink one did. Like, not that I'm perfect with my painting or anything, but like, see how it's just like spreading? Where I don't want it to. But again, I could be using too much water. Through here, what? So there's a spell to get through. I mean, between my dad and my brother, it's not anything I haven't experienced before. It looks so much more purple than the rest of it. Maybe I'm doing the thing again where I'm not getting enough pigment. I made a dog leave the room. We never had a dog growing up, so I couldn't tell you. It certainly made Mama Quirky and myself leave the room. Does that count? wasn't entirely sure I was going to go up that line, but I'm glad I did. I've cast a dog out of a room before. Is that... it's alright. The poor dog. I'm concentrating way too hard on this. I'm like, it needs to be good. I'm gonna come back and do these two again because I think that thing I was saying about the pigment, I think I did that. I think what happens is there ends up being a little bit of like separation in the paint. And so you end up with the pigment and the like base color being a bit separate. And I think that's why I keep commenting on it being too, like, that it's spreading everywhere and stuff. Well, that's a bit better. Brings that shimmer back, whereas before I didn't have a whole lot of that shimmer. Oi! Friggin' Tankat. Being a shit right now. I'd gotten it on my sleeve. Although to be fair, I saved this hoodie just for crafting, so if it does get stuff on it, I don't care. I think I was actually wearing this one last week when I was doing glitter, because it's still got fucking glitter on. Even though I've washed it. Never escape the glitter. It's there forevers. Probably now means it's in my washing machine forever too. Yay. I kind of feel like I'm getting the hang of this now, like I'm got the feel of the brush. Kinda got the feel of the paint. For someone who's not a painter in any way, shape or form. I'm not doing too bad. It could be worse. know if that looks odd now. Because I joined the top and not the bottom. But like this bit's too thin. Probably should have left that. Oh well. I almost find myself wishing I had this on like a Lazy Susan type of a deal. So I could turn it around a little bit easier. That'd be nice. Just noticed black cat sitting at the door staring out. Hopefully there's not a cat on the other side of the fence. Really don't feel like dealing with that today. Or ever really, but today's just kind of one of those days. I ended up having a really bad night. And so I did end up sleeping in today, even though I've been trying not to sleep in. I've been getting up with an alarm and everything else, which is kind of working. But then I slept in today and it's like, oh shit, I had all this stuff that I had planned to do, but I needed more time to get it all done. And none of it was like super time sensitive or anything like that. I had plans and I fucked up my plans and I was annoyed. Don't know how I feel about that bit. Oh! I just realised what keeps happening in the pan. The shimmery bit of the pigment keeps settling. That's why I had those really watery bits with no pigment in. I'm not going to go over the whole thing, I just noticed this H is a little bit not as shiny as all the other letters. Ah, damn it. I was trying to fix that line, and now I've just painted the whole damn thing. Oh well. There we go. Shimmery. That's either sort of pinky purple or bluey purple, depending on the angle that it's on. Oh, that's pretty. Obviously I need to practice painting inside the lines. I'm getting huskies and it's not from us. Surprise! Okay, I have this one, and I have this one. And I think for that one I'm going to do my green. But I think for the... Is that dry? No, that's close enough. I think for this one, I want to try the gold. Out of the set. Happy Access, yes! I have those. It's all part of the linens. It's all part of the linens. Ooh. My paint water is all shimmery. That's kind of satisfying in its own way. Okay. Let's do this one next because we'll finish on a high. Aha! 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 Yeah. No, it's more so that I want to get the intricate one out of the way first, that way I've got an easy one to end with. Ah, dear. Okay. So, should I do the blue, which is very... I think I'm going to have the same problem with that as I did with the first one. It's very close, so it's going to make it very hard to paint. So I'm thinking maybe... probably that one, actually. I think that one's a little bit too orange to go on that. Yeah, I think we'll go with that. That lighter gold. What? 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 Don't approve, Avery. It's only chat that can do puns. Streamer can't do puns. I see how it is. Ooh, that's very yellow. That's very yellow. This might have been a mistake. So that's going to dry green. Oh well, I've started now. Go for it. I accept all puns. Yay! Even if they're like totes bad like mine. Yeah, this color choice was a mistake. But that's okay. We are doing the learnings. It is for science. And now we know. And I put way too much water in the pan. But I'm gonna finish it because I'm determined. And stubborn. Mostly stubborn. I mean, I could always wait for it to dry and go over it in a different colour. Ow. That poor villager. Jackie! Hi! How are you doing? How'd your stream go? Yes, I saw you were streaming. I did try and lurk for a little bit. But then I had to come here, so... How did it go? And thank yous for host. Tried to do a raid, did not come through. Oh, it doesn't look like it did, no. Oh, there it is. There it is. We found it. Jackie, we found it. It's there. Twitch was being twitchy, apparently. There it is. Yes, it was just waiting for you to show up first so you could hear the noise. Yeah. We'll go with that. Hang on. Just hold my brush in my teethies. That's not very good, is it? Hello, tab. Sometime today. There we go. Hey. I did it. Hey, look. That geek bitch isn't totally useless. Good for her. But yes, how was stream? How did the rest of it go? You guys should totally all go and follow Jackie because she's awesome. And if you rock up and say hi, she'll totally greet you with her own name. I looked that up the other day. That's still totally your most viewed clip. Streaming well, played Warframe for bloody 7 hours. Holy moly. That is a long stream, but I'm glad it went well. Alright. Wait, what? Why has he put W's where's your O's is meant to be, Ivory? They're not even next to each other on the keyboard. Hey, Missa! How doing? Thanks for shots. Oh! Well, I had to use the keyboard. And I needed my human cosplay suit hands to operate the keyboard. So I couldn't be holding onto a brush. But it's okay, because Tiffy is a good for holding brush. Mister is good, that's good. Going up for bed and getting some nums for my tum-tum. Oh, that sounds good. What are you having? It's approaching dinner time here and I'm fucking starving. At least I know I haven't got long to go. Not really a lot I could do about that F because it's like messed up from its tab. Scrambled. Oh, yummy. Actually, there's an idea. I could have eggs. I have extra eggs. Mama Craikie has a friend that has chickens. And sometimes I'll get a bonus dozen of eggs, so I've got extras right now. Oh, that sounds good. Although right now basically anything fresh and hot would be good. But yes, gets your nums and gets you into bed. Messed that up. It's fine. Sorry, I know I'm quiet. It's equal parts concentrating, tired, and just generally not feeling so flush. Yay! The painting part is not bad, it's just the colour. Although now that it's drying and it's not so leery yellow, it's not that bad actually. That sounds good, it does. Been deep lurking, you wanted to get to chat with Tex up a few hours. That's no worries at all, blushing. Absolutely fine. I hope all the other peeps is good. I lurk on Texas occasionally because he's so chill. If you guys ever just want, like, if you're going to sleep or whatever and you just need something very, you know, very calm and chill and you know, and like a good person. Texas, good person. Yeah, go follow TexCub. TexCub SF, I think is his full Twitch name. He's a good bloke. Have candy and pretzels. Oh, pretzels. Oh. Want. Anniversary. Oh, nice. Yeah, I thought so. I just had a slight blank on whether or not he had an underscore, but then I'm like, no, I'm pretty sure he doesn't. Sorry, stop for a beverage. Yeah, no, he's cool. For those that don't know him, he's the squirrel. Well, has a squirrel theme. He uses a regular webcam. I don't want to, like, make you think he uses, like, an avatar like Geek does, but... Anyway. Trying to work some of this paint down off the side of the container there. I don't quite know how that ended up there, actually. Must have just knocked it when I was putting it away. Yeah, no, he's not, as far as I know, he's not here. Is he still live? Too much water again. Tonight my partner and I go to hang out with friends in a friend's garden. Yep, stay safe tomorrow Thursday. Get my first vaccine dose late afternoon, 9 time. Awesome. Both hanging out with friends and to getting the shot. The eligibility for people of my age in my state opened a week ago, I think it was. And so I'm like, oh shit, yeah, get it in me. So I'd go on the website to make an appointment. The earliest I could get one is, what's the date now? A month away? That's the soonest that I could get in. And that's if I go to, because there's only 4 places in the thing that you can go and get it. That's if I go to one of the further away ones. If I went to a closer one, I'd have to wait until the 30th of July. I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'll go to the far away one. That's how badly I want it. Which in some ways is almost a bit weird because, like, we've got fuck all COVID here, but I wanted to stay that way. Folks got with a pretzel. Squirrel! Yes, we're talking about TexCub. Where all my stuff is cat themed, all his stuff is squirrel themed. Do we happen to have anyone in here who's currently subbed to Tex who could drop a couple of his emotes? Only if you're not like lurking or whatever. Off to sleep? Yeah, I thought so. This time of day. Wanders off looking for squirrels. Bye, Dale. As long as you can get there and back okay, traveling somewhere's fine. Well, see, yeah, this is the thing, like... And as I was talking about it with Mum, and, the further away place, like, well, it's like... physically further away, like it's a greater distance. It is easier to get to. The other place is in like in the suburbs, I guess you'd say. You know, you have to sort of get in there and find parking and everything else. And that's like a few suburbs away from me, so it'll take, I don't know, maybe 20 minutes to get sort of in there, and you know, assuming I can find parking fairly easily, which is usually not the case over there. Whereas the other place, the place I actually booked into, it's basically straight up the freeway. Get off at the appropriate exit and there you go. So it's physically further away, but it's easier to get to, so I was like, you know what, fuck it. That's fine. Sorry, I guess I heard. No, that's fine. I just wondered. I don't know who's in the chat and who might have text subbage. I know occasionally when he gets like sub-bummed and stuff, I'll be in on that, but I'm not at the moment. I'm just going to go back over the eye because it's not. I can sort of see that it's got less of the pigment and so it's less shiny. Not that I'm worried about it being less shiny, I just want them to match. That's better. Sweet. Hey, Crafty Candy! How you doing, mate? I've been close to 3 hours since the last 8. Need food again. Do the numbs! Do it! I'm also going to be doing the numbs shortly, thank fuck. I'm starving. That one, and that one. I think the purple came out the better of the two on that. Where'd my other... Where did I put the... Oh, there. I was blending in on the thing it was resting on. Ah, bugger. Meh. Did end up shimmery, but just very, very subtly. I think I'd probably go back and do that one again, really, because it's not... Then again, you know, subtle can be good. Like that was the first one. That one's very subtle. Kinda mostly worked, I think. For a first attempt, it was not terrible. Considering I only saw the technique yesterday. Yesterday or the day before? Might have been the day before, but I think it was yesterday. I mean, I'm a subtle... Yeah, Samwin! Yeah, totally! Yep, subtle. Like a freight train. Okay, that's it. I'm buggering off. I'm friggin' starving and I need food. And I've completed the painting, so... Yay. Oh, my neck. Didn't realise quite how badly I was hunching over. Whoops. No yawning. No yawning, it's banned. Yawned right in your ear. How rude of me. You know what? I'm not gonna raid. I know I should, but yeah. It's creates. That's all. Everything's more casual over here, so not as worried about not raiding. That's fine. Scrambled eggs with cheese and black pepper between the butter. Oh, sounds so warm and yummy and just oh, yes, please. Where's mine, Jackie? Stick it in the teleporter and send me some. Thank you so much for hanging about today, guys. I appreciate you. And I had fun. I think those sentiments are unique and different and interesting and stuff. So, yeah. Good learnings. I did the learnings. That's the important bit. I've learned stuff. I think I will maybe look for a couple of more dyes. I know I'm trying to not spend, but I like that technique. I just don't really have a lot of dyes that fit the like you need quite big, like chunky letters, and a lot of my dyes are fairly like fine and dainty, so I might consider looking at a dye or two just for more techniques like that. Because there's the painting like that. There's also doing it with like markers. You can do it with markers as well, like Copics and like metallic paint markers. And I've also I saw a video once where you can do that kind of thing with like foiling and glitter and those kinds of things. But again, you need that like area to be able to like do that with. So yeah, I might, maybe. Although I've kind of managed to like divert my anxiety now of like, now that I've actually managed to stop buying stuff, the thought of buying stuff gives me anxiety, so not fully 100% convinced that that's good, but it is a thing, so maybe I won't buy anything. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll just stick with what I've got. But yes, anyways, I'm rambling. Thank you for hanging about. Our hearts on your faces. Be good. If you can't be good, don't get caught. I will see you guys tomorrow over on A Geek. More Minecrafts. More Minecrafts. Yes, and then back here on Friday. Heartsy faces, guys. Bye.